The clock face method is one of the most tried and trusted things that pros use when they are pitching. So this is why you should use it. And I'm going to talk to you exactly how you should go about doing it and the benefits that it's going to give you. So without further ado, let's go. This is Nick Does Golf. Hey golfers, and welcome back to another video here on my channel, Nick Does Golf. In today's video we are talking all about the clock face method. A lot of the tour professionals use it and they really stand by what it means because it gives them a whole host of shots which they can play whenever they need it for them to get the best result possible. So let's jump straight in. So I've hit a really good drive off the tee, it split the fairway, and I'm left with a short shot into this very big green. So how far is it? Well, if I get my Bushnell out and have a look, it's 108 yards. Now I can tell already by this number that is in between clubs, so I really need to figure out what is the best solution and how I'm going to play it. So I've got three clubs. I've got my sand wedge, I've got my gap wedge, and I've got my pitching wedge. These are the three shots which I have in mind for the one that I want to play. Now for a full shot, if I was to hit my sand wedge, I know that this is going to pitch just short of the target. I hit my sand wedge about 103 yards on the full, which isn't too bad. So if I'm to consider the wind and things like that, this is probably going to be the perfect shot because it's downwind. If I can pitch it just short at 103 yards, I can pretty much guarantee that the ball is going to roll out a little bit and hopefully towards the flag. So obviously that's going to be the top of my backswing, and you can see that my arm is pointing around about 11:30 on a clock face. So I know every time that I get to that position, that's going to be my full swing. So if I had a shot which was 15 yards shorter, then that's going to be my 10 o'clock on that clock face, or my 3/4 shot. So I'm going to take it to roughly 10 o'clock. So my right hand is level with my shoulder. That's my 3/4 shot or my 10 o'clock one. And then you've got your half one, which is to hip height, or your arm is at 9 o'clock on that face, which is going to be your half shot. Okay, so it all depends on the shot that you've got and the yardage left. So for this one, this would be my full one. However, depending on weather conditions, how soft the ground is, we can also incorporate other clubs. Just like my gap wedge and my pitching wedge. So I know that if I hit both of these clubs, I can knock that ball down. But if I was to hit the same shot at the top, so 11:30 on the clock face, it's going to go too far, and the same with this one. So I can knock it down, manipulate the trajectory by working out exactly what ball flight I'm going to need for these shots. So if we were to say that we've got the same yardage, but for example it's blowing an absolute gale, I want to knock that ball down. So I might up my club to a pitching wedge and hit a half shot. So obviously the perks of this is going to be that the wind's not going to affect it as much, but also you've got to consider exactly how much rollout that ball's going to get, and also the implications of the bounce that it might have. So let's see if we can do this. So we're going to take it to 9 o'clock on that clock face, so roughly to about here. Well, it's the same on the way through. Make sure it's nice and consistent. We're going to keep the tempo the same. It's really important that we do this. If we start speeding things up or decreasing the speed, it's going to have a big effect on how far that ball is going to go in terms of carry and distance. So same speed with that club head, it's just the length of the swing changes. So knock the ball down on the face. So that's rolled out really nice, and it's nearly gone in. It was a really sweet shot and it worked out very well indeed. So in an ideal world, make sure you get down to the driving range, work out exactly how far those shots are going at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and further. You're going to really have a good understanding of how far you're going to hit each club and the different trajectories that you're going to get with each of those. So work it out, write it down, and then you can take it out onto the course and know exactly what club you need to hit for the different circumstances. So I hope you found that video useful. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, ding, and leave a comment down below. Let me know, is this something that you use in terms of how you go about hitting your wedge shots? Do you hit it with shots that are requiring a lot more distance? You might hit it with 4 or 5 iron just to punch it or hit those full shots. Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed it and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do. Hit the big red button for me. I'd really appreciate it if you did that. Check out my social media as well. I'd really appreciate it. Interact with me, message me. I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching and see you all on the next video.